What's up, everyone? It's your boy Scott. Welcome to the Scott Report, and today we're here to talk about the Promised Neverland Chapter 143. And if you were waiting on things to get crazy, well, it just got crazy with Promised Neverland, and it had to be because I'm back, because it's been a while since I covered this. We're in the final arc. I can't get here every week, but I'm gonna definitely try to get here for the big moments, and that's what we have here right now. But before we get into that usual cliffhanger that we have with this series, let's talk about Emma and her meeting with the demon of all demons, whatever the hell his name is. You see, Emma wants to forge a new promise. That's what she wants to do with this demon. She wants to take all of the children, take all of the humans, and get them over to the human side, which I've said many times now. I wonder if that even exists. And then she wants to close off both ends. It's going to be no more traffic between the humans and demons. Both sides are going to live in their same world, and the demon actually agreed to do this. But the thing that had me a little bit concerned is that he agreed to do this a little bit too easy. I mean, of course, the demons could live without eating on the humans. From what we've learned so far, that's definitely possible, but why would they want to at this point? And it will be a transition. It will definitely be a transition for this to happen. You have to wonder why this demon would accept that and what things are in place. I mean, okay, he passed Emma. I mean, she passed all the games and trials and tribulations that this demon has put her through, but does that make her worthy to ask for such a big promise? Well, it seems like that's what we're going to get anyway, because he agreed to it. The thing is, they also cliffhangered us on what the stipulations would be, but because, of course, with ending the promise, a new promise has to be forged, and the demon wants something in return. We're just going to have to wait to find out what it is, because of course, there was a look of shock on Emma's face, and he was like, okay, I'll do it. I'll go ahead and abide by this new promise, but I want something from you. So it's a lot of speculation on what that could be. If you want to deep dive into it, it has to have something to do with Emma. I mean, ever since the beginning of the series, we've been knowing like how intelligent she is, her, Norman, and Ray, how they're the top of the class. And again, we're going back to the point of how the demons are going to sustain themselves after depending on eating the farm children for so long. So we can get really dark and say maybe he wants to keep Emma for himself, you know, maybe keep her brain or even keep her body to make clones so they can eat off of her and keep going and going and going at a high quality. Or perhaps maybe it's something that's further down the line. Maybe he wants some offspring. Maybe he wants her to have kids and then keep her locked up and keep having kids. I've been saying the whole human farm thing for so long that it's probably true at this point. It's been so long that I forgot that was confirmed. We know that they're growing humans, but come on, somebody has to be reproducing for the sake of reproducing somewhere, especially when you're dealing with nobles. That's just the type of thing that happens. But Emma has, I feel like she has to make the ultimate sacrifice, or she has some type of loophole in play or something, but it's definitely going to have to do something with her. We know Emma, we've seen what type of character she is by now, that she would put herself on the line for everybody else. So if that means she has to stay behind and do whatever this demon wants her to do, she will probably do it for the sake of the farm children so everybody can be free again. And that's one of the most endearing things about Emma. I mean, she has her own things that we all like about her, but as the series progresses more and more and more, you just can't help but to root for her. Even when they go into very shonen tropes with her, she always seems to flip the script some way and just make it where you look at her kind of like Gone. Well, like, even though there's a lot of shonen things here, she always tends to make it work in a way that you can look at it and say, you know, okay, I'm cool with that. But on to the meat of the chapter, which was Hayato's betrayal, or I don't know if you really want to call it a betrayal, because Hayato has always been a Norman guy. It was more along the lines of a deception of trust that Hayato had with Don and Gilda and their group as they were searching for Musica and Songju. And he gave them up. We actually got to the point where they found the tracks, they found Musica and Songju. It was a happy reunion. As soon as they did, it was just this look of shock on Hayato's face. More along the lines, because I think that was more of him being a little bit regretful, you know, kind of wishing that they didn't find Songju and Musica, because he kind of liked Don and Gilda and Emma and the crew. But at the same time, he's with Team Norman, so he has to do what they have to do, and they have to take this cursed blood demon out. That is Norman's plan, and he had to do it a little bit underhanded to actually get it done, because we know that Norman doesn't trust Ash. I mean, in all intents and purposes, Ash is a prisoner. I mean, Norman's crew wiped out the person that was taking care of her. That's how she learned how to speak demon. This demon was good to her. This demon took care of her. This is why she can talk demon. But she has been a prisoner, if you really want to look at it like that, to Norman, just doing his bidding. So he didn't exactly trust her either. I mean, she was there as an insurance policy, but it just seemed like it was going to be a little bit too blatant for her to be the one to blow the whistle on Don and Gilda once Musica and Sungju was found. And it looks like we finally got that with Hayato. You know, Hayato had a meeting with Vincent before he went, and Vincent was like, okay, we're gonna send Jin and we're gonna send some goons, you know, these Atom things behind you, and when you see Sungju and Musica, when you find them, go ahead and click this transceiver, click it 3 times, we're gonna be right there. Unfortunately, it looks like this is where things are gonna get messy, because Sungju showed up. He showed up in a 100% badassery, and this is where we really get into things, because this is where things can really turn on his ear for Norman. Because the thing is, Sungju snuck up on these guys so easily that they didn't even know he was there. They was like, who are you gonna take out? So now it leads me to question what Sungju is going to do. I mean, he can't leave any traces. He had to take these guys out. If you go all the way back to when we met Sungju, he wants the promise to be done. He wants to hunt humans. I mean, he's always said, you know, I'm not going to eat humans anymore. I vow not to eat humans, but I do want to hunt them. I mean, that was kind of fun, and this gives him the excuse. But the biggest thing here is, I was saying probably the last time we had a video together, that Norman is going to get one-upped in this, because I don't think that he's ever faced anybody the caliber of the Royals or Lewis per se, because the demons that he was taking out, they were the ones that were protecting like the farms and things. Like, so for the most part, you know, they were goons, but getting deep into the demons and seeing what they are, where they come from, what they can do, the longer they live, the more they eat, the stronger they get. I don't think he's faced anybody at the caliber of Lewis, and when we're dealing with Sungju, he could be as strong, if not stronger than Lewis. We don't know that yet. I'm gonna go with stronger, because he did wipe out an entire sect last time they were chasing them, and I don't know, Norman's group, unless they got some Batman stuff under their sleeve, they're probably gonna get wiped out by Sungju too. The thing is, if he's actually gonna go through with it, like, is Musica going to, you know, plead that he don't kill these guys and let them get away, or is he just going to slaughter them? Personally, I think he probably needs to get rid of these guys, because if they leave, that's going to give Norman more prep time in order to take him out. But I've said that Norman is going to get tripped up in some way. I would rather it be with Sungju, so he can actually plan for the Royals, than for him to actually storm the Royals and get 100% trumped and lose that way, because he's gonna die that way. At least running into Sungju, maybe there's room for him to kind of reason with these guys and say, you know what, you might not want to do this. Here's what you need to do to stop these guys. I think there is room for Sungju, even though he wants his promise to be broken. I think there is room for Sungju, mainly with Musica probably convincing him to actually work with the humans. So that's what we gotta hope for, and we gotta wait till next chapter to see if he's actually gonna take these guys out. So this was a very fast-paced and to-the-point chapter. I mean, it really did. I think it was a little bit shorter too. I can't remember the chapter count right now, but maybe it was only like 13 or 14 pages. Don't have time to look again right now, but it's a lot of things being left on the table here, because again, you know, we don't know what it is with Emma and what she had to promise. That's the type of thing that they're probably going to leave us hanging on for a few chapters or quite some time. We might not even know it until it actually happens, what she had to do. And with Sungju, is he going to take out Norman's task force? Is he going to reason with these guys? I kind of want to see him go through it, but at the same time, I'm a Norman guy too, so I don't want to see Norman lose, but I think Norman needs to learn a lesson, because imagine Sungju, imagine Lewis, and multiply that by I don't know how many, because the queen has an entire army behind her, and that could be big for Norman as far as learning, if he can, you know, kind of reason. I don't think he wants to reason with Sungju, but I think Musica might have a compelling case. I'm really interested in seeing where this is going, because it can only go one way, to be honest. Sungju's gonna wipe these guys out and they're gonna go on the run. But at the same time, you know, Don, Gilda, Musica, they might get back. They might try to reason with Norman. I don't know. This is what I love about Promised Neverland, because at the end of every chapter, I never know where it's going. So let me know what you guys think. To basically wrap it up, yeah, I think Sungju is just gonna wipe these guys out, and we're gonna move on, and Don and Gilda are probably just gonna go with them. And then you're gonna have Norman's group looking for Don and Gilda, and things are just gonna spill, because he said, if you guys don't come and get this plan to me and make it work, I'm just gonna do what I want to do, and at the same time, you can see he's already been planning to take out Musica and Sungju because the cursed blood demons are too powerful to let loose anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here, guys. So until next time, as always, if you liked the video, go ahead and drop it a like, and if you want to hear more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as there's not shortage of content for you to indulge on this channel. And as I always say, you guys would be anywhere on YouTube right now, but you chose to listen to me. I really appreciate that, so thanks for stopping by. On that note, it's your boy Scott signing out. See you soon.